Hello, hello, hello. Welcome once again to our listeners. This is Vaesen Behind the Masks. Oh, what episode are we up to? I think we're up to 30 something. 36. Dear God, 36. Not bad. TV seasons have lasted less than this, so, I'll take it as a...
We're not sponsored by Netflix, thankfully.
Nope. You would have gone through one mystery in big hand. Welcome to Blake, Jim, and Sharon. Yeah. So, where we left it.
Carnivale was the next day, I think.
Carnivale was the next day. You pretty much spent the day studying up on the hardwares, and you guys went to sleep, and Severino, you had a night terror, courtesy of...
Oh, yeah. That was a hoot.
Yeah, I know.
Golly. Right.
So, yeah. It's now the 20th of April, 1867. Spring is in the air.
You notice you started saying dates? I bet there's like an earthquake or some shit on the way.
I haven't looked at my almanac back that far, but But I did have to math out when Carnivale would be because it is linked to Lent. Morning rolls around after a pretty rough night.
Due to not knowing anything about Carnivale, I'm guessing it starts when it gets dark. It's not like a midday thing, or...
Well, Carnivale takes place before Lent. It takes place in the week before Lent. So it's like a week-long time of festivities and conviviality. And it's really designed to, number one, finish off everything in the house from Christmas, all the food. Because you know what we Italians are like. We cater for the army. So it's about finishing all that, and it's about enjoying yourself, because once Lent starts, it's 40 days of pretty severe penitence and fasting and...
Making sure you have something to give up.
Correct. So enjoy it while you got it.
So it's a bit like bears gathering heaps of, food and fish and berries before they hibernate.
Kind of. I mean, loosely, but yeah, why not?
Yeah, but the winter is their own guilt and self-punishment.
Yeah, very much.
All right, we've locked down the metaphor.
Tick. All right, nice. So was that plan to do Carnivale and then
Yeah,
go
go
to
the next day while we've got a hangover and whatever, because it's going to be shit travelling anyway. Might as well be uncomfortable.
And being uncomfortable is very appropriate for Lent.
Yep. So yes, it's now the last day of the Carnivale festival. Artemisia is in the kitchen again. She is preparing breakfast for you all, so you can all come down as you wish. If you wish. I mean, if you want to hide under the covers of your bed, I certainly understand.
Yeah, what is... okay, no conditions. Excellent. That's why we did have many months time jump.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all good.
You've had a few 2 months, so should be no conditions whatsoever on you.
I'll come down. If there's any orange juice or lemon juice or something, I don't know. Some sort of fruit juice would be good.
Sure, Artemisia will go and get something for you. There won't be oranges because it's spring.
Apple juice?
Yeah, apples will preserve over winter, so yes, you could get some apple. But there's also...
That'll do.
That will do? Okay.
Wine. She's going to bring you juice of the grape.
The other holy water. So yes, Artemisia will get that sorted for you, and in front of you, Severino, she pops a big plate of eggs and toast and sausages and some nicely cooked up onions for breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Also, I hope you and Vittorio are going to have some of all of this. This is a lot here.
Oh, of course. Don't worry. This is the last day of feasting. We certainly will be partaking of everything we can get.
Good. And yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to dig in because Smells too good.
And I think Bennett is sort of nursing his morning tea, and says, and eventually speaks up and says, "Well, while we're all here, I suppose now's as good a time as any." Severino is already somewhat aware of this, but both times now that the police captain has come, I've been asked about the caretaker of the Palazzo Dario, and I've consistently pleaded ignorance, but that is unfortunately a lie.
Oh, they're stunned.
The truth is, I was there. It was a few months ago now, I guess. But I was there the evening that he passed, and while I didn't harm him, obviously, or not directly, my actions, my presence, caused his death. I didn't have my medical equipment on me. I couldn't help him in time.
So you went to help him, but you weren't able to, and they think you tried to harm him, sort of thing. It's a misunderstanding, or
No. No, I'm not. I do not wish to shirk the responsibility for it. The blame is on me. I was there under dubious reasons, to steal a painting, or at least that's what I'd been led to believe. And my presence, he thought I was trying to hurt him, and I think that caused his. He was an old man.
Wait, why were you trying to steal a painting? I thought was this like a dare to impress your lavender ladies or something? Or...
This does seem very out of character, Dr. Bennett. Surely you must have had some good reason.
To explain why I was there to steal that painting, which it very much is out of character, it's somewhat of a complicated and potentially dull story. I'm not sure if you are interested in such a thing, but I was there. I was doing this under duress, but again, even that was my own fault. You may know that I was not born a Bennett. I was born with no name. I was on the streets. I had no future, no hope, and until Dr. Bennett, my father, he took me in. He gave me a home. He gave me a future, and he gave me his name. And ever since then, I worked dreadfully hard to live up to that name and earn it. And indeed, that included accepting punishments from my father when I failed. And this is all to say, eventually I'd opened my own clinic, dissimilar to the one here, more of a morgue, really. And it was something that I chose to do on my own, and my Dr. Bennett, my father, approved of it. But the thing they don't teach you in medical school is how to run a business, it seems. Which grants to go for, who you need to rub shoulders with. And so I very quickly got myself into quite a lot of debt. And that led me into dealings with the less respectable members of London society.
You talking about the Catholic Church, or?
No.
Well,
Monsters, truly.
Wait, you mean monsters, or just arseholes?
No, I didn't. At the time, I didn't really know about monsters.
Okay.
These were more the human sort. But to be honest, now I do wonder. It's embarrassing to. It's shameful to say, but they were interested in products from the bodies that I worked on.
Oh, they're organ legging.
Organs sometimes, but not. But there were many different requests.
are you saying, Doctor, that you partook as a resurrectionist?
It was the lowest point of my life. Once I started doing business with them, there was no way out. They had proof. They had sway over me. I mean, my God, the things I did, at first, organs, I could pretend that maybe the uses would be moral in nature, but when somebody asks for the entire corpse of a young woman, it's hard to justify what else that could possibly be for. So, not able to face the truth, face the authorities, or face my father, I came to Venice. Well, I left London, I should say. I came to Venice once I received the same letter that you all received. And I thought that might be a second chance. But no. They found me and put me straight back to work. And that is why I was in the Palazzo Dario that evening. And it was why I caused the death of an innocent man. So yes, I wanted to let you both know that truth. Tomorrow we may go off. I don't mean to be morbid, but to die. This is a challenge greater than what we have faced so far, and I didn't want you to be going side by side without knowing the truth of what I have done and what I'm responsible for.
Well, Doctor, I cannot say that it is my place to judge your sins, as you have seen the outcome of mine.
Yes, well, yours, at least everything you did was... You had the right intentions. I did not. And truth be told, if everything does go well with this hunt of ours, I think when I return, I will shut my clinic, I think. And I think I will return the name that my father gave me. I do not think I earned it. I think I failed. But perhaps perhaps I can create something new for Theodore. Just Theodore.
A chapter 3 in your life, you might say.
Yes. Yeah, I guess I should consider myself fortunate that I've been given an opportunity. Bennett, I think, thanks specifically Vittorio and Artemisia for that. Thank you for giving me yet another opportunity to make a life for myself.
You have helped people here, and I've seen you put your life in danger to help people. I don't think it is a all or nothing thing. I know there is a good person in there, and perhaps that part at least can go forward with the new chapter.
I hope so.
And
yes.
If these assholes come back again, I'm happy to shoot them in the face. It won't bother me.
I do believe, Doctor, you perhaps are judging yourself more harshly than you deserve. You did not, as many so-called betters do, gamble away your fortune. You did as many are and became unprepared in business. And you made some bad choices, but with good intentions.
Yes, as I was alluded to a long time ago when we spoke, I don't know if forgiveness is something that I deserve nor can achieve. I appreciate the words, but I think it's for the best that I carry that burden. But that does not mean that I'm not giving up. Simply, I'm trying to be honest, I suppose, moving forward.
There are still people out there that need our help. And in many ways, you can help people far more than I ever could. So for their sake, I hope you continue in this new chapter of yours.
And Dr. Theodore, you have proven yourself over and over again that you are not one of ill intent. Misguided, perhaps, but not ill intent.
Well, that means quite a lot coming from you. I've seen that your moral compass is without equal. When you're not sending offal to people's doorsteps. Your one weakness. Anyway, that is enough of my sorry wallowing. Today, I believe, is the day of celebration.
I think Severino's tucking into the food. He's like,
So is this house, how does this work? Does everyone in Venice have a choice in Lent, or is that like...
Artemisia kind of gives a very polite laugh. But she was actually quite moved by your speech. A little bit stirred, but quite moved, because it's not often you see a gentleman, especially a well-heeled one like yourself, be so raw and vulnerable as that. So, you know, this is a whole society. This whole world is one of masks and facades. And you've willingly exposed yourself, and she's not making a mockery out of you. She understands that you're coming from a place of no knowledge. She's
that sounds like a yes, it is.
No.
Mandatory.
No, it's not mandatory. It's Venice is overwhelmingly Christian, however, and it is linked in that respect to the Christian faith. So yeah, you don't have to. A lot of people don't, but most of us do.
Okay, well, I left that. Yeah, if this is what the household is participating in, that's fine.
Basically, they don't if they're very small, very old, or pregnant. That's about your choice level.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the pixies for a second.
Artemisia goes, I'll be right back. Please continue. And she'll step away from the table for a few minutes.
So, what is on the agenda for today?
Go out and eat and drink a lot? I thought, no, yes.
Yes, Victoria laughs and goes, yes. The whole city is celebrating the last day of Carnivale. There are lots of things to do. I think they're doing a play on Casanova in one piazza over there. Gondola cruises. A lot of the gondolas you'll find are festive. There's a masquerade ball on tonight. Concerts everywhere. I think street performers, jugglers, you know the like. Lots of food, lots of artisanal stuff, and operas. So there's plenty to do. I'm sure you three will find something to keep yourselves amused.
Was there something you two want to go to? We could escort you, perhaps.
I'm fine, Severino. I've survived a great many Carnivale. I'm quite happy just to loiter in the backyard and just watch the festivities from the canal.
Okay.
And Artemisia walks in and she's got in her arms tissue-wrapped bundles, 5 of them, and they're kind of piled high, and she plops it on the table. The first one, she'll pass over to you, Bennett, and it's a tissue paper wrapped soft parcel, and she'll pass one to all of you at the table. And you get the feeling that this has been what she's been working on for the last few months.
I'm gonna guess these are masks.
They're
Come on, Nerf gun.
This is such a initiative. It's quite lovely.
Thank
I
you.
don't know you had such talent.
Sewing. Sewing's what we do during the night, especially in winter. There's nothing else to do, especially with no light around.
Yes, but this is extraordinarily fine work.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really? I'm
Yeah,
asking as a
I-
player. Is it actually good
Yeah,
stuff? I don't know.
Yes.
I open mine up. Is it?
So here's what you guys get. So Bennett, you get a costume, and it's muted, but it's multicolored but muted. You've got nice wide pants. You've got a white linen shirt, a almost Harlequin-esque vest. The mask is sequined and beaded, Harlequin-esque, and she'll pass you a crappy old violin, if you will, that
Yeah.
she's dug out from under the house.
So is this something she's done with our guidance or just on her own?
She's got some ideas off you, and then she's been working on this. She's got the material, and then she's been quietly embroidering and sewing. And
Yeah, I think Bennett will be like, oh, this is perfect. I mean, it's I'm quite stunned. Looks a little tight in the crotch, but I'm sure it'll I'm sure it'll be fine.
that is the French style.
Yeah.
Severino, you've got a costume that is predominantly black. So black velvet hose, black velvet doublet with white slits in the sleeve where it pokes out. But there's so much beautiful silver thread work and black sequencing all patterned into your costume.
No,
So-
shucks.
Yeah, and you look like she gives you a hat as well, which is with the red ribbon. So it's the gondolier's uniform, but certainly a very interesting one. Like it's pretty cool, actually.
Okay.
Agatha, you've got a very big parcel on account of, the skirts. And you pull out it's just a beautiful, simple, purpley, grey, blue bodice and skirt, but there are hundreds of little feathers sewed into the costume. So your skirt is feathered, and up the back to your shoulders is all feathered, and there's a little bit of beading around the front of the corset.
I'll nudge Bennett, and you'd look good in that. How come you didn't get a skirt?
Miss Messia, this is quite lovely.
I didn't know we could get feathers.
Since Venice, you can get anything. Oh, you're very welcome. It's the least I could do. You have all done myself and my grandfather a great service. And she'll pack it over to Victoria, who opens it up. And it feels like an older style costume. It's not as cutting edge. It's a little bit dated, but it's been kind of mended and spruced up a little bit. And dare I say it, he looks like a highwayman in that thing. And you kind of allude to the fact that maybe the dude's actually had a past. Who knew? Before he was old and crippled.
And I do hope this has not taken you away from making something lovely for yourself, Artemisia.
Oh, no. She'll open the last parcel, and it's this beautiful, vibrant green dress with just layers of green embroidery. She goes, I thought I'd be a fairy today.
Wait one moment, dear. And then Agatha is going to rush up to her room and open her jewel box, which she doesn't open very often. She doesn't wear much frippery as that, but she is going to open it and then find a lovely emerald pendant and bring it down and go, perhaps you have a piece of green ribbon that this would sit nicely on.
Well, that is beautiful, but I couldn't borrow that.
Oh, no, you certainly cannot borrow it. You must keep it.
Oh, Agatha, I can't. That is a fortune.
It is no more than you deserve, my dear. You have been so kind to us, you and your grandfather, and you have put in what amounts to immense labor in these lovely pieces, and it does suit someone as lovely as yourself, much more than it suits an old lady like me.
Oh, nonsense, but thank you. Yeah, she'll take the emerald from you and disappear back into her quarters, no doubt to find a green ribbon. So, yes, you have your costumes. Woohoo!
Yeah, go and get changed, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, is that'd be for the evening, or is that?
People will tend to wear costume probably from the afternoon onwards. There is a masquerade ball, so there are masks available should you wish to go to the ball tonight. It's at the Submarticles Plaza, so there's plenty of room. No invitations required.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think.
Dr. Bennett, a quiet word, please. And you sort of walk towards the library.
Bennett turns his head and you hear the jingle of all the bells. Of course.
Subtlety. Negative scores today.
Yeah, yep.
I didn't know if you had any ideas about taking, well, at least inviting Artemisia to the opera or the masquerade ball. It would be a bit silly if we both ask her, and I thought, well, you've already taken her out to dinner, technically, so did you have any thoughts? Or...
No. You were thinking of asking?
I just didn't want us both to ask. That might make her feel like we're fighting over her, or that we feel sorry for her, or something, awkward. And I'm happy to do whatever, but I'm not sure the opera's my thing. To be honest.
No. To be honest, I'm not sure it's Artemisia's thing either.
Right.
Probably seen plenty. No, I hadn't crossed my mind.
You did invite her to dinner, so I thought, well, I didn't know if you had feelings in that direction. And he lays his gun. No.
Yeah.
And he lays his gun. I'm just curious.
Oh no, I wouldn't even. And you saw her with that dress. No. It's very much. She's in a different. I think you are the right person.
Are you saying you didn't like the dress, and therefore she's more down on mine?
No, far from it. No, she's stunning. That is why I don't think I'm the right person for that. No,
You seem very hard on yourself lately.
No. Just
All right. Well, I'll see if she wants to go to the ball then. But don't be hard on yourself. Try and enjoy yourself today. You have helped many people just in the short time I've known you, and that's got to count for something.
Thank you, Severino.
Puts his gun away.
You got lucky. I think Bennett will, just because I think it would look like one of those weird tripping through time paintings. I think Bennett will go to the piano and play some music in his little bard costume.
What sort of music? Is this a lament? Is this a lively jig? What is it?
No, it would be something lively, I think. Not necessarily something you could dance to, but an upbeat sort of morning, vibe, I think. Yeah.
I could just quickly, because I don't have a huge lot to do. So. And then I'll pace around pretending to be busy listening for Artemisia to come out.
Mm-hmm. Probably takes her maybe 10, 15 minutes to do a costume change. But she'll emerge from the kitchen and she is in her green fairy dress with Agatha's beautiful little pendant. Not little. I'm sure it's quite big.
I can't believe you stole that. Bang. No, just kidding. Okay.
Yeah, and her curly red hair is down over her shoulders, so
All right.
she actually does look, if not Vaesen, she does look like a fairy.
Yeah, I wasn't joking about having my gun out.
Oh, God.
All right, so Severina, Artemisia, I didn't know if you wanted to go to the masquerade ball, and if you did and don't have anyone to go with, I'd be happy to take you, but I understand if you don't want to. It's certainly no obligation.
That would be lovely, Severina. Thank you.
I could dance a bit. I'm not like formally trained, but I can kind of shuffle around in a circle.
She'll twitch up her skirts and you can see her cloven hooves. So I really don't have much of a leg to stand on either.
I'm sure you're still way more graceful than I am, but all right.
Perhaps up a mountainside.
Okay. All right. Well,
yes, that sounds lovely. Thank you.
And then he'll embarrassingly look at his feet and say, "Oh, all right, we'll catch up later."
That's fine. And she'll kind of give a polite little chuckle and cool. Anything else you guys want to do? Or just want to spend the day in frivolity and just relaxing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think basically just waiting, just relaxing before the the ball. 'Cause I think Ben will probably go.
Yep. Even throughout the day, you can smell like 100 different smells, and it's like food stalls are everywhere throughout the city. You can smell it all. Music, laughter. It's like New Year's Eve. In some ways more sedate. Like it's not all one big cacophonous, quick, let's get it over and done with real fast, and because it's almost midnight. It's more relaxing, but it's almost more fun in some respects. People are really just enjoying themselves. So if you choose to leave the villa, streets are awash with people in insane costumes. Some of them are wearing masks, some are wearing partial masks, full masks, hats, feathers, bling. Oh my God, you've got husband and wives walking around in like a United costume, like with a simple theme, and it's insane.
So yeah, I think Bennett probably, whether he just honestly just stands, just hangs around the villa, but outside and just watches it, not venturing too far. I think he I think he would look back, assuming he lives this long, he would look back and be like, this was the moment where he was like, oh yeah, this is the city I want to live in for a long time. Just sort of seeing all this life and color is amazing.
Yeah, definitely is. So you see that bridge in the background? I can see Bennett just leaning on that and just watching things happening. Gondolas drifting along the canal underneath, people walking around by you. There's street vendors on either side of the street. They're selling everything from crostoli, so little fried pastries with icing sugar dusted over them. Frittole, little donuts with raisins and Oh, so good, trust me. Biscuits, and there's sausage. It's just go to a major market. That's the sort of like variety I'm talking about. It's everything and anything.
Don't think Agatha will venture too far, but Artemisia has put a lot of work into the costume, so she will at least go for a brief parade around the market.
Yeah, you get to take your little sojourn around the market, and it's just crammed with people, but you can still move quite easily through it. Everyone's being very gracious and hospitable, giving everyone else space, so it's not the usual cutthroat of people having to go one place to another. It's everyone's enjoying themselves, saying hello, how are you? They admire your costume, they love it. They keep asking you who made it. Did you make it, Senora?
I wish I could claim such skill. No, this was a young lord of the house, Artemisia. She has quite a delicate touch and a lovely style, as you can see.
Yes, exceptional work. You must be very proud of her.
Do rather adore the girl.
But yes, so that's a sort of not shallow, but that's a sort of level of conversation that you're having. It's just hi, goodbye, how are you, whatever's. So everyone's just having fun playing. There's jugglers actually a few meters away from you, and they are juggling knives and skittles and doing it with deft precision. It's there's a fire breather not too far from them. The crowd gasps with awe as he belches.
Can I go at the juggling? Oh, well, yeah, I was going to say, can we go for as Artemis is willing to go for a stroll?
Sure.
And then, yeah, if we see jugglers, I want to have a go. The worst that can happen.
Oh my god. Okay. So, is there anything else you want to do in the meantime, or just have a stroll around, talk to people? You going to enter any churches? I must ask.
I think we'll stay away from anywhere that has any form of newish sculpture.
Sure. No churches for today, right? Savarino, you and Artemisia go for a nice little walk through the streets of Venice. It's just a slow little jaunt.
Yeah.
And yeah, you do come across street performers and food stalls, and
I'm kind of conscious of how nice a dress she's wearing, so I don't want to go past a bunch of jagged crates or anything. I'll walk in a nice area.
fair enough. So the city is well and truly alive. There's gondolas pushing up and down the river. There's you see a puppet show, and you sit there and listen to it and you watch it, and it's pretty well done. It's the hand up the back in front of the stage versus the marionettes. And it looks like some sort of play. What sort of play would it be? Romeo and Juliet. Let's go with Romeo and Juliet. Because,
oh, good. That's much better than Punch and Judy.
Yeah, no. We don't do Punch and Judy here. So they're doing a bit of Shakespeare.
Yeah, if she wants to watch it, we'll watch it. If she wants to go on a gondola ride, we'll do that. I'm happy to just hang out.
Yep. You guys spend a few comfortable hours just hanging out and walking through, trying things out and doing things you don't normally get to do. Including juggling knives if you really want it. But
yeah, bring it on.
Oh no. Give me an agility.
Okay.
Because that's the closest thing to dexterity, and this is more a
Yeah.
dexterity thing.
2 successes.
Okay, you don't drop a knife and have it land on
Yes.
your foot.
Something that has no effect on the plot
Yeah.
whatsoever. Most
You know,
successes.
you know when to roll those good rolls of dice.
Definitely. Definitely. Evening rolls around, and yeah, things kind of kick up a little notch. Not much, but it's still a notch. It's the Carnivale is now kind of winding down, but the opera, there's a big opera at the San Marcos Square, and there's a stage all set up for people to attend, and the actual masquerade ball is in the Doge's palace. So where would Sir like to go? Artemisia is like, oh, opera's cool, but I think the ball might be better.
All right. Well, I'm happy if she's happy, so we'll go to the ball then.
We'll go to the ball indeed. So you and Artemisia will spend a few hours.
I have got a mask, haven't I?
Yes.
It's good. Okay, cool.
She's got a mask too. All beading and a bit of feather work. Everyone's got a mask of some sort or another. Yeah, so you guys will spend the evening dancing and eating and just having a great old time. Agatha, you've done your walk around the market. Is there anything else that you wanted to do?
No, I think that New Year's and the events after have dulled her social inclinations just a tiny bit.
Just a little? That's fine. And you, Dr. Bennett?
I think at first he's probably like, you know, it's getting darker and he's enjoying, like, you know, maybe he's got his pipe and he's just sort of looking out onto the street content, and I think he just gets this idea in his head and he sort of heads out into the street with no real clear direction, but like, I don't know if there would be the equivalent of like a carnival, like soup kitchen or something like that, you know, something charitable that he could partake in.
A lot of the food here is free. Especially, a lot of the food would be free.
Actually, in that case, I think what he does is he probably goes to somewhere where you can get quite a bit of food, stocks up, and then he heads further away from, you know, the epicenter and looks for, you know, young children on the street, you know, people not unlike himself as many years ago, and just tries to hand out food. And, and yeah, maybe like as he gives a cannoli to one kid, you know, he just sort of mentions, you know, if you ever get a scratch or you just need somewhere quiet, check out the clinic at the villa.
They are thronging to your general direction. They are loving you, Bennett, and lapping it all up. They're delighted someone's paying attention to them and giving them a bit of care. So you have a rapt audience. I sure as hell hope you're going to get a locum while you're away.
yeah. He probably might even try. I don't know if I got given a violin bow, but he might try it if he had it, or if it is actually like a, you know, a lute or whatever. He's classically trained in the piano, but I don't know how well that translates to his, you know, play the violin / lute. But
nearly identical.
Sure.
They're all string instruments.
Yeah, kind of. Well, they are string instruments, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do that for the night. So and that is all fine and good. So yes, tonight passes without any issues raising their other little heads, which is great.
Really? Wow.
What
It
a
does
double bluff.
happen.
I'm shocked.
It does happen from time
I have
to
a
time.
heart attack because nothing happened.
Yeah. Benny gets back to the house and sees everyone there and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Telling me no one's been kidnapped?
The place is not burnt down.
You walk in the front door and Vittorio shoots us with a ballista. Bam! Didn't expect this, asshole. No.
Nothing
All right,
personal,
so-
but it was rigged from the start.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's your night. It's a good night. It's a good day.
Thanks. Right. Off to the murder fields, shall we?
You can all turn in and get some rest and
Underline, exclamation mark. Yep. All right.
all right. So I think we leave it there for tonight, and we'll leave the murder fields for tomorrow, for next week, I should say. So thank you once again to Blake. I nearly called you Agatha. Blake, Sharon, and Jim.
It is Sharon and Agatha again.
Agatha all along. And I will see you all next week. So, ciao. All right. I know it's a bit short, but time to end it because next session I'm going to start again with Mystery 6 proper. I'm going to get a drink and I shall be right back. Once I get off my ass.